Garrett, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon on PTLN. It is an absolute pleasure to get you on today. Now, we're going to be talking about your new debut solo single, Leaving You, here pretty soon. But first off, I've had the pleasure of getting to know you over the last several years. But for people who are not too familiar with you, tell us a bit about yourself and your musical background. You have played here quite a bit in the Midwest, so a lot of people do know who you are. But give us an insight. Who is Garrett Gregory?
So I guess I was born and raised in Hanna, Alberta. I actually still live in Hanna, Alberta. So rural roots. I grew up playing rock music, actually. It was my first band. We started back when we were 14. We played a whole bunch of rock music. And actually the first show or first couple shows we did, there was a few people there. People liked it and everything. But we had a couple friends that were like, hey, we're in Alberta. Why don't you play some country music? And I was like, okay, so we learned a couple of country songs. We did some Dwight Yoakam and stuff, and we played it. And sure enough, people showed up to our shows. People loved it. So got into country music and started listening to that. Really loved it, and yeah, so been playing country music since then, and finally got to release my single, and it's going to be on an album here pretty quick. So yeah, that's pretty much who I am. Small town boy, and just doing what I can to play music.
Ooh, the sounds of an album. I love that. Now, which country song got you absolutely hooked on the genre? Do you remember?
Yeah, actually, I do. My biggest thing at the time was Dallas Smith, actually. So his first album, his debut country album, came out, and I was like, "Holy man, this reminds me of Default." And I love Default. They were like my go-to jam. I remember the first time we saw Default was at Cowboys. I was just 18, and we went to Cowboys in Calgary and watched them, and it was one of my favorite shows. And then he went to country music, and I started listening to him. I'm like, man, it sounds like Default, but with just a little bit of a country spin on it. I'm like, I love this stuff. I could do this stuff. So that kind of got me into it, and that's kind of what I modeled my country music after. I'm like, I want it to be rock and roll, but with a bit of country in there. So that's pretty much what I did.
And that's kind of what you did too. You went from rock into country and you did it so seamlessly from the sounds of it. And
Right.
now I haven't seen one of your shows yet, but from what I've heard and what people have told me is that you really bring a show to remember. I've heard this from quite a few people, so I'm excited to see you in concert. Now, your goal is to provide people with a great time while doing what you love. And yeah, I am so excited to see one of your shows these days. But where are you going to be playing this summer? What are your plans?
Oh God, we have a lot of shows. So we're headlining the Pinoca Stampede on July 2nd. We get to play right after the PBR there. We are doing Nashville North from July 8th to the 10th. We'll be opening up for a couple good acts there. It's going to be amazing. And then we're doing Ranchman's on the 15th and 16th, and then a whole bunch of other festivals. We've got Flats Festival in August and Winfield Rodeo, plus a couple other little ones I can't really announce yet, but they're pretty big shows, and they're going to be a lot of fun.
That is so exciting. I have heard that your shows are dynamic, captivating, theatrical, and people got to head out there. So, of course, with those shows, you can't announce just yet. I know people are going to want to know when you're going to be going to them and where you're going to be playing. So, where can everybody find more details about you? We're going to talk about that before we talk about your debut single.
Absolutely. So either on my Facebook, Instagram, all the socials, I post on all that. If we're doing shows, I always kind of share them and get those posters out there. Plus, I do have a website, garrettgregory.com, which I update now frequently. The only thing I don't have on it right now is merchandise and stuff like that, but I'm getting that figured. But yeah, it's got all the dates on it as well. So yeah, any socials or the website.
That's perfect. Now, you have developed a very extensive repertoire of cover songs of all genres, as we kind of just discussed, from like Merle Haggard to Eric Church, the Rolling Stones, to Jimmy Eat World. Heck yes. But now you've
Yeah.
added another original to your set list. And I say another original because you did come out with a song earlier this year with another artist, Dwight Embro, called Take Me Home. But now you have a debut solo song, Leaving You. And I love this song. And I know that anybody who hasn't heard it yet, they're going to love it too. So, how does it feel to release your first song to the world? And tell us a bit about the song.
It's honestly, it is so overwhelming and so nerve-wracking, but at the same time so exciting. So it, I loved it. It's great to be able to finally actually release a song that I wrote by myself, and be able to basically show them who I am, and pour your soul out. So nervous though, so nervous. I was like shaking the day it came out. So, because I was always like, oh my God, how's it gonna do? Is it gonna do okay? Oh, there's only like 10 listens right now. What am I gonna do? But anyway, so it was, yeah, it was a little stressful, a little nerve-wracking for sure. But it's just great being able to put that out. The song originally I wrote about an ex. I don't want to get into details on who it is because probably not going to be happy. But yeah, it was about an ex that basically made me choose between either being with her or pursuing my music career. So as we all know, ultimatums in relationships don't really work. So I had a song to write about it, and that's pretty much how it went down.
Well, it's a fantastic song. And of course, everybody can get your music wherever they buy, download, or stream your songs right now. Now, Garrett, those are all the questions that I have for you this afternoon. But is there anything else you want to mention or talk about today?
No, thank you for having me on the air. I really appreciate it. Honestly, it's just a great thing to be able to actually talk to someone about the music and have people like you supporting us. It's great to have people supporting these indie artists. So
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Garrett.
thank you.